I'm having so much fun.
All I wanna do is roll and die.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
This is why I'm watching The Hunting Wives, Season 1, Episode 5.
Not her first rodeo.
That episode was frustrating me at first, although it ended on a very interesting note. I have...
Peep watch. Number one.
Sure.
One peep.
A whole one. Very active, yeah. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm less sure about who's the murderer than ever.
Sure. There are a lot of things happening.
Well, we had Abby's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie tried to go, and Callie and Monet took it upon themselves to force her to leave.
Mm-hmm.
They made a bigger scene than she did, and she came in late and slammed the door.
We hurt, and we will hurt for a long time. John chapter 4, 1 through 6
Girl,
says,
don't
"Let
show up late."
not your heart be troubled. Believe in God, but believe also in me. You know the way to the place where I am going."
Where were Callie and Monet going?
We ask God to give us peace.
Oh.
Let's go.
So we are rejoined.
I'm just here to talk
David
to
said,
Margot.
"Can
This is not the place.
But
It's not the place for this either.
Now, David's response and insight carries penetrating.
I think she should stay. Make them make the scene.
The scriptures tell us that he went to the house of the Lord and worshiped.
Lauren Bowles clocked it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to pray with me.
We need to rewind a little bit. So...
We started off the episode with her in jail, like in not in the interrogation room, basically.
They have blocked her. They're not talking to her. Margot's not talking to her.
Yeah.
I spent the first half of this episode fighting with the show because I was like, I'm having like the Lestat interview with the vampire issue again, where it's like, I think I'm watching a lesbian romance and I'm not. So I like want these crazy kids to work it out. And I don't think they're going to now. But yeah, so Margot's just straight not talking to Sophie.
Yeah.
And she went to the house and Jed sort of was like, it's best that we leave. Like, we let these things work themselves out. And so, yeah, they had...
Basically leaving her to the cops, yeah.
They had the funeral. That's where she showed up. They kicked her out. I still don't know what Jamie's deal is. I don't know who he is in this story.
Sophie!
Suspicious.
What do you want?
I don't know. Make sure you're okay, I guess.
I'm not okay.
They didn't have to do that.
Thanks.
Look, it's not fair. Half the people inside don't even care about Abby. It's messed up. You shouldn't be a suspect. You didn't do anything wrong.
How do you know that?
Just a feeling.
Look, I barely remember anything from the other night. I just wanted you to know that I feel so awful about what happened with us. It was completely inappropriate.
Shit, what do you think happened?
I mean, I assume that we, had sex.
I wish. Kept saying I was too young for you and tried to call me your baby boy.
Kind of killed the vibe.
That's good. Thank God. Okay.
Yeah, because he also basically, Jill browbeat him into accepting a $50,000 scholarship to a Christian college to not talk about where he and Brad were.
Him
To,
and Brad are fighting
Brad's
because
story.
he tells Brad that he's gonna tell the
cops,
truth,
yeah.
basically.
Well, I talked to the cops. We gonna need to square up on what you're gonna say if they won't talk to you.
I'm not lying for you.
What is your problem? Abby was murdered! Somebody has to give a shit. She was my girlfriend. Well, now you got your MILF. Right. And your cheer squad. And you're going off to Baylor next month. So you got new pussy to swim in.
Yeah.
What you say?
I mean, that's what he was gonna do.
Did you kill her?
Yeah, what is this? Do we know why they're...
No.
Okay.
You kidding me, bro? I left Margot's house with you. You drove me home, dude. You treated Abby like shit. You just jealous because you never got my sloppy seconds.
They keep talking about how they just went home.
Yeah.
But the way that they're saying it, I'm like, I don't know that I think you did.
Well, now my feeling is that they certainly didn't leave together.
Okay.
Is kind of what I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Jill gets involved she like creates a scholarship
Yeah.
for him that he seems to be falling for, going with. I don't say that from judgment,
He
but
didn't fall for it. He agreed. I don't think that Jill like duped him about the scholarship. I think he saw between the lines and was like, okay, fine. If I'm not going to get out of this town on my own, I'll take $50,000 from you and go to school.
I still like him. I was a little bit suspicious of him last episode, mostly because I wasn't, but now I'm back to he seems...
Yeah.
Because I also like his presence, because the scene he had with Sophie at the funeral was nice, because she needs a lifeline.
Yeah.
Like, she needs something, because fucking Graham is not giving her anything. I'm
done with Graham.
I'm annoyed because I feel like they don't have a relationship. Like, he's treating her...
Like a child.
Well, he's treating her like I feel like their relationship doesn't extend beyond the show. Like, he's treating her only with the information that the show is giving us about her. And it's like, I know that she's unreliable in the sense that she had this issue with losing the child and the hysterectomy, and that she developed a drinking problem, and it got so out of control that she committed manslaughter. That's a big thing. Like, that is a thing. But he's talking about, like, that's the... It doesn't seem like he has a relationship with her outside of that.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is that, like, even if she was using alcohol to cope with the miscarriage and the hysterectomy, it feels like that's still an acute cause of the drinking. It doesn't feel like she's an alcoholic. So for him to be so judgmental and also like scoldy about her drinking again, I'm like, she's not your kid, she's your wife.
But it's like, even that, it's like, I would feel like a parent would have more of a sense of ownership over it. I mean, Jill certainly does with Brad. It's like, he's literally and figuratively distancing himself from her the entire episode. Like,
yeah, because when she wakes up, when we come to her in the interrogation room, she still hasn't been sent a lawyer. And then when the lawyer does arrive, he's a very, like, yokely lawyer.
And food poisoning. He was up all night.
And so she gets back home and she's like, did you just Google dumbest lawyer in town? And he's like, he's immediately just pissed at her. He's like, how dare you? And she's like, what? You, like, PR rule number 1 is present a united front. Mm-hmm. And he just is like, go live in a motel.
And the rest of them are doing it. Like, the rest of them are closing ranks, but it's like...
among themselves.
Yeah.
And they've left her in the cold. But I just, like... You can be mad at her later, get her off this murder charge, and then you can proceed with a divorce.
He's treating her like a liability, and it's really strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also don't like the kid. I have no reason. He's an accessory.
He doesn't. Okay. There is this really late game, I think it's the finale, actually, of Community, where they're having this, like, imagination of, like, what could happen in the future, and the two characters are, like married in this, like, future fantasy or whatever, and they have a kid, and they call the kid out, and they're like...
Good. Sebastian did some drawing.
Sebastian? Let's look at him. Oh, back to your child area.
Oh.
That's what I feel like about Jack. Like, go back to your child space. Like, who are you?
Can you make me a quesadilla before you leave?
I'll make you a quesadilla, okay, bud? Mommy's gotta go now.
Can you not read the energy in the room? Your mom is not making you a quesadilla right now, dummy.
Well, but also, I was like, let her make it. That if anything, that was the most endeared I was. And Graham's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
I'll make you a quesadilla. Your mom's probably going to put crack in it.
Yeah. I'm loving the show, so it's like, I'm not meaning to be, like, really harsh or critical in this aspect, but it's like Graham and the kid don't exist if they're not on screen.
Correct.
Like,
I just am like, I am not, and it's possible. So I don't think we've mentioned so far, but this is based on a novel, and it's
apparently
possible,
loosely.
Okay, it is possible that if Graham exists in the book as well, he is not fleshed out because he doesn't matter.
Because I'm with you, where I'm still like, how are we even in this situation?
Yeah.
Because everyone else is like, welcome to Texas. Like, everyone else is like, this is what you get in Texas. And it's like he's experiencing so many of these things for the first time as well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I also agree with you. You're like, you love the cop, and it's Salazar. What is she? Deputy sheriff? I don't fucking know. The sheriff is Callie's husband.
Yeah, I don't know if I think they're sheriff detectives. Okay. They're certainly like sheriff's deputies, basically. His name is Flynn, and her name is Salazar.
They're characters.
Yeah.
Like there's like a shorthand for cops and detectives on shows like this, and they're making sure that they're not just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Like they're actually written interestingly and they're performing it interestingly.
I really like their chemistry together. I really like that he's still keeping her in the loop, even though, like we mentioned before, she's still on medical leave from having gotten shot in the head. She seems to be more intuitive in her like detecting than he is. He seems very like evidence-based, and he's like, well, it's her gun and she's new and she can't remember stuff. So just because she doesn't have a motive doesn't mean there wasn't like the opportunity and something happened. But Salazar is very like, I don't buy it. Like, but you have to tell us like the whole truth.
What is his name?
Flynn.
Because the like interrogation scene, I guess, with him, he came in, kind of, I wouldn't say hot and
little,
warm.
Yeah.
He came in, like I said, like the typical what you would expect of a cop on a show like this. But then I loved the scene where he was like,
opportunity, evidence, motive. Those are the three things that we look for. Now, opportunity. You were at the lake house that night. Evidence. You bought the murder weapon 4 days ago. Now, motive.
I didn't know Abby Jackson. Why would I do this?
Accidents happen, Sophie. I know that. I do. If an accident happened the other night at Margot's,
You can't accidentally shoot someone
you can do is just
in
come clean.
3 wildly different spots in their body.
You tell me everything that happened that night.
they could have like accidentally killed her and that could have been like a cover-up. Because I like Sophie. I identify with her. I trust her. I believe her. And, so
and a lot of that is because we like Brittany Snow so much. So the real twist would be if it was her.
And that's why I was saying, where I was like, we know she woke up on
the dock.
And we know that there was the jet ski because that's what Margot came flying onto that beach on that jet ski.
There has to also be an actual boat, too.
And so it's like, there is a chance that Sophie or Margot or some combination of both or neither of them went somewhere. I mean, or that she was, because that's sort of, that's the other thing is it's like, I don't know how deep I'm going with the show. Like, I don't know how many, like, are we doing like a weird Gone Girl layers to this? Because we still have the Casey girl.
Who's still missing. Yeah.
But it's like, that's not an accident that they keep bringing that up.
So I've got several like kind of working theories. One is that Brad did it just because he wanted to get her out of the way, which is weak.
Yeah.
And it doesn't see he seems too dumb, I guess.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
The other one is that Callie did it in order to frame Sophie in order to get Margot back.
I'm leaning that way, especially with the scene of them chumming it up with the fucking sheriff.
Yeah. And my final theory is that it was a combination of Jed and Margot to tie up this loose end that they can't control, who knows that Margot is sleeping with Brad. That's my weakest one. The Jed one could just be because maybe he hunts people for sport. The Margot angle of that is dicier.
There is, we come to this a lot with these types of shows, but there is the deadliest game shadow looming over this. I don't think that's it. There was something that I was going to say, and I can't remember what it was.
Was it about the cops again?
I feel like yes, because they did come to the house and talk to her, and Salazar was sort of like,
I'm gonna level with you. This doesn't look good. But I don't think you did it. But 9 times out of 10, the obvious answer is the correct one. And right now, you're looking obvious as fuck. I don't know why you're lying. But now's the second best time to stop.
I'm going to level with you. Because that's no one's actually working with her. And so, well, there's a handful of people working with her. But that's where it's like I'm actually enjoying the show the most is when people are, because we got a couple of them. Like we got Jamie, we got Salazar and Flynn. And Lauren Bowles.
Yeah.
Who?
Sienna.
Amazing.
Hello?
Sophie.
Who is this?
Sienna Colson.
Colson Banks.
Jed's ex-wife.
Oh, Hi.
I was at the funeral today. I saw what happened.
That wasn't really...
Girl, you gotta be smarter.
You look guilty as sin.
Or I'm not.
I don't even know how the gun...
Jesus Christ, I'm not talking about the gun.
I'm talking about how things look. People think you did it because someone wants it to look that way. So,
Who's that?
Margot.
that's the snake. And I can say that.
Because I'm a and a snake.
Kyle's the one you need to worry about.
Kyle, you mean Kyle, Margot's brother.
You mean crackhead brother.
I think I live in a goddamn duplex. He's gonna break my kneecaps unless I sign that shitty divorce agreement, so.
Assigned.
So you think he's setting me up? Thank you for calling me.
Of course, honey. I know.
She's so great.
So great. Doing her best Sutton Strack. Just like... But
she called Sophie and was like, you gotta figure it out.
Well, she was sort of like, look, I don't know what's going on, but I know it doesn't smell right.
Yeah.
Like, this is, there is something going on, and she's the one who tipped off Sophie about the brother, who's maybe not a brother?
No, she just said crackhead brother. She
Okay.
was like, oh, Margot's brother, and she goes, crackhead brother. So that was like, and so that's how the episode ended, is she's there at the trailer with his dong out.
I'm Sophie O'Neill.
Who sent you here?
What? Please don't shoot me.
Детки, скажет динг-донг.
I never promised you a rose garden.
We do
He was packing heat.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
We do, unfortunately, have to talk about Pastor Pete again.
Oh, God.
Because he's still drinking a lot, and now he's going after Abby's friend, the Nina, the one that had a baby.
She did have you made a comment. I don't remember that.
She's been carrying a baby in almost every scene. And then at Cream Pie's party, she was like, my mom's watching the baby, so I'm like out.
That must be the one detail too many for me.
So now he's got her in the car and his hand on her leg. And she seems very jazzed about it.
You think so?
She was smiling.
She seemed, she wasn't squirming, but she seemed a little trepidatious to me.
I think she seemed pleased and flattered.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like it's not like Pastor Skip. It's like Patrick Fugit in Saved. He's like cute.
Yeah.
The cute youth group pastor. And so I think they all have like a crush on him.
Gross how like God gave them this opportunity. And I was like, you did that.
Yeah. Yucky.
I'm starting to notice a trend. Anytime a man says God did something, he did it.
So gross. Jill,
and she's properly underage, like because they've stamped Jamie and Brad with an 18.
Yeah, but Abby is a junior, and Nina is her friend. So
they're like,
I think they're 17.
Yeah,
maybe 16, depending. When Star was organizing the funeral, with like the church event director, she found they said something about a brushed copper casket, and I was like, that's too expensive. And Star was like, I didn't do that. And it came out that Jill and Reverend Clint paid for the funeral, and so she went to Jill's house.
This episode Chrissy Matt said.
Woo! It was so good. She goes to Jill's house.
Star, what a nice
You had no
surprise.
right. Where the f do you get off?
What are you talking about?
The pricey casket that I couldn't pay for.
What? I was trying to be charitable.
What you ought to worry about is your rotten son and what he did to my daughter.
You need to leave my house.
Yeah? You watch what happens if you fuck around and you make me come back here. You watch.
I loved that.
Give me another reason to come back here.
It was amazing. She was like, you had no right. And Jill was like, we're being charitable, which is disgusting. Part of me hopes that she'd just like let them do it, just take their money for sure. But I don't like it.
This is one of the places where I'm okay with her being proud.
Star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like I'm okay with her. Because usually we're like, just take the money. And this time I'm like, no, go ahead and...
No, because it's also like she's still convinced that Brad did it.
Mhm.
And like the more convinced she is, the less convinced I am
But
that
also,
Brad did it.
Star is an interesting character on the show because it's like I like her and I'm rooting for her. So it's like the fact that she feels so strongly about that. I agree with you. It's like I am a little bit, the stronger she feels that way, the less convinced. But there's also a part of me that's like, maybe she's on to something.
Yeah, it's just the issue...
Because she feels reliable in a way that so many of these other people...
Sure. The issue for me is that it's one of those, like, it's always the boyfriend. It's always the spouse. It's always the husband. But I don't know. I just, like... I don't know how much motive he had to actually murder her.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm like simultaneously afraid I'm doing too much and not enough.
Same. Kind of like with Sirens.
Yeah. This is. I was talking to Zach and I was like, "This is giving me Sirens."
Yeah. We also got.
This is dishier.
It's
this is based on a book and Sirens was based on a play. That's everything you need to know.
That's exactly right. There was also, we got one earlier, like right after Abby died, and Jill and Clint were talking. She said they always go after the boyfriend, and Clint said, only on TV. And I was like, no, in real life too. And then in this one, Sophie said to Graham, it's a conspiracy. They're setting me up. Someone's framing me for murder. And he goes, that doesn't happen in real life. And I'm just like, it does. Like, rich, powerful people do stuff like that.
Also, Margot's blonde now.
Look, I get it. You want me to lie and obfuscate and muddy the waters. But I'm about to be First Lady of Texas, so I'm gonna take the bull by the horns and tell the truth.
We were like all, after like Jed turned Sophie away at the door, we're like deep in like setting up and preparations for this like press conference or whatever campaign, like whatever. And she's still got foils in her hair. I was like, we need to do a wash and a blow dry and a style and like, how long are we waiting?
She claims that the night of the murder that they were together, that she left at 10:30 to go see this brother of hers for
family emergency, Alba, Texas. Yeah.
For family emergency, and the sheriff claims that checks out. Granted, he's also unreliable because he's Callie's husband,
and also just zooming on steroids
and cock.
And
I'll say it. And again, that we don't know. That may or may not be true because of the blacking out. So
yeah. She did, and that's the thing too. She did come clean to Graham, where she was like, "Yeah, I was drinking. Like, I don't know what I'm sorry, but that's what happened." And he just, the self-righteousness. You've been driving the car.
He. By all accounts, this is only the second time that she's lost control like this.
Yeah.
And he's acting like this is a firm pattern of behavior.
Yeah.
Like he's acting like it's the fifth time.
Yeah.
And that I can't.
Or that like the only reason they came to Texas was to get her away from the environment she was in before.
Or like she's the one who put them in this situation, which
Yeah.
I just don't think she was. I think that she was dragged here. So
he's kicked her out. She's living in a motel, and now she's in the trailer with Kyle. She also did get another note from the one-eyed man that was like, "Do you still don't want to talk to me?" with his phone number, and then a drawing of
he hilariously drew a caricature of himself. Because I mean, what's he gonna do, Jeff? She's not gonna know who that is.
Okay. Bye.